Imagine right now you teleported into the future. Olympus is done, and you've shipped your last update. And now you're seeing your game, and people playing your game. It's the best game you've ever made. It's career defining. It's incredible. You're stoked. You now have a Vine video to send back to your old self. So you have 6 seconds to convey this idea. What did it look like? What was the tone? What was the gameplay? You have to convey that in 6 seconds. You, to your current day self that you're sending this video back to, they have to understand that, and that's gonna guide them to make that game. And so it's an interesting way to kind of look at like, well, yeah, vision's supposed to carry you through things. It's not just to when we ship, it's gotta be like a long-term thing. And then on top of that is the why we're here. Like that's the kind of mission statement of the team. Like that goes between games. That should live forever.
See the mountain, you're not sure how to get there.
You want them to discover what they need to do. So you have to take them on an emotional journey that makes them want to discover more.
Finding like vision, like it's interesting, it's hard, it's really, really hard, but it's driving me to keep pushing.
You give something for people to rally around, and they will rally, and they'll do their best work.
Five years ago, there was such a focus in the industry and in our medium of the blockbuster mentality, and it kept escalating year over year.
The middle end of gaming has like dropped out. AA games are kind of like dead now, and it's pretty much AAA and like indie games.
Influentially, we kind of assumed the bubble would break, or they would just break under stress, right? And we started losing track of sort of the soul of it all.
Our new dog model is taken from high-resolution scans of an actual SEAL team service dog.
I think games in general got into this very kind of like, give me your hand, let me walk you through an experience.
I think that's something we can learn from. I don't think it means go leave and go start an indie studio. I think it means we've just lost that soul.
That's what Halo 1 did so well, was that like, I'm in a big space and I have to kind of figure out what I'm gonna do next. And it didn't tell me what to do, I just had to find my way.
Yeah, there's the impact. There's nothing we can do.
That feeling that Halo gave a lot of people.
They give you another checkpoint and you gotta go over here. And they coming down with all these ships and they trying to get you.
I think that's a feeling you can get from any game you play that is done that really speaks to you.
And I'm hoping that we're kind of coming around to wanting to find that soul again.
How do I like help this all become a thing that all is one piece?
The development that we're going through is like the game we're trying to make.
How do we share things? How do we learn from each other? How do we leverage each other's knowledge? Or how do we just get in a room and all riff together and like come up with ideas? Like that's really inspiring to me.
We have to be able to navigate through the wilderness and be okay with adapting to what we discover.
Asking ourselves why, like why do we come to work? What is our team's job?
We've thrown tech at a problem, right? We make it high tech. We're like, just put a bunch of science fiction on that shit, and it's like, go, go, go. But now I think I want to be more thoughtful about it, and I think Nick does too. Like, okay, let's pick our battles.
What is the purpose of Arena in the greater picture of Halo?
Every time I dropped, because I got the flag and I was fighting, and maybe it's just me actually went off the ground.
What is the purpose of Warzone and Firefight and Forge? What do those mean to like our whole thing? That's an important question to ask, and I think we've kind of just gotten comfortable with like, they exist, so let's just do them. We're trying to take a step back and look at the bigger picture.
And so how do we find that and bring that indie spirit back into the games?
You gain access into the installation and work your way down into its lower chambers. And I'm going to gloss over the actual combat and gameplay in here. It's more about the experience.
Even if you have this really compelling idea of a story, if you don't execute on it well, I'm, as a player, not going to care about it.
He's hot! Blowing the pins in 5!
With CE and with the early games, it was more kind of that World War II, like you're clear cut, right? It's like, I know this has to happen, and I'm the one to do it.
What I love about that game is there's moments of like isolation and that kind of like, I'm lost in a bigger world. People kind of relate to that inside.
That sense of solitude is important for setting up the mysteries, I think, right? Where you're not gonna have that answer person that is with you all the time, kind of keeping you going.
Rolling up on your first kind of Forerunner little cropping or base, like that was a big moment. Like, what is this thing? It was mysterious, it's interesting, and those things kept kind of engaging me to keep pushing further.
We don't want people to be around and explain what's going on. We want you to explore and discover.
We are in a franchise where a lot of mysteries have been solved.
You must be silenced.
So to regenerate that mystery like CE is a new challenge for us.
You allow them in others.
Going back to wanting to unearth those mysteries and having that sort of carrot out there where you want to believe there's something more.
Make it kind of their story, because I think when you're having those, sometimes it's a long walk or a long drive in your hog.
You're constantly traveling to that belief, like you're using your faith and your belief that there's a solution to that mystery.
You're looking around and you're kind of imagining yourself in that place. And what would you do there? And oh, where am I going? Oh, what's that thing over there? I want to go there. And I think that it leads to that sense of wonder and that personal feeling of that desolation and the kind of isolation and loneliness that kind of pushes the adventurer's journey.
And you get to interface into that when you go and find it.
If we can get back to that core feel, and some of that is the solitude I mentioned, and kind of returning to the classic chief feel, but also the ring, right? The ring is a simple concept you can understand.
And just making that feel like it's enough that feels believable. That's the other hard part, is to make sure it feels believable. So not too much, not too little, and finding that sweet spot of like, that feels like if I close my eyes, I believe that that is really happening.
That sense of wonder and that sense of like feeling like a child again. Exploring something that's bigger than you, I think that'll keep people always coming back.
I feel like any creative person worth their salt wants to make something great.
I think my passion earlier in my career was my passion to just succeed and do well.
Halo is one of those franchises that is the perfect foundational kind of landscape to have that occur upon, right? Because it is about greatness. Chief and all the other characters, right? They are characters that have achieved greatness.
Before it was about getting it done and working overtime and hitting our dates and stuff, and that was very important to me. And now that's not. To me, that's just something maybe you have to do if you made bad mistakes in the beginning, right? To me now, it's like we need to set ourselves up for success with a good idea.
The power of names sometimes, right? The Halo or the Flood, right? Like those are very memorable things because there's weight to them, and belief and faith, that's a part of the foundation of the franchise.
If we can get to a point where the community is buying into where we're pushing it and where we're trying to drive Halo forward to, then I think that's when we'll see a success.
There's a correlation there. It's not just belief in the franchise and in the medium in the game, but in the team.
I'm actually pushing on everybody to start thinking, as what is that last thing you want to ship? That last update, what is that? Where do you want your mode to be when you ship that? And we're going to aim in that direction.
Once they feel both accountable as well as empowered to own an experience and drive it, you're going to fuel that kind of daily just excitement for, okay, this is the thing, this is the mountain, this is Mount Olympus that we're going after.
And the more we can define what we're making, and both emotional and technical and design and art and all those things, visual, the better we can start aligning people's skills.
As long as we build solid foundations, we can keep growing that experience in really solid and meaningful ways.
Similar question was asked of me back in college. What drives you? What makes you want to do this thing? And my answer was, I want to make people happy.
We have a foundation. We have this amazing franchise.
The other way to say that is I want to make people feel something.
We now have the right people to do something that is actually an evolution in a meaningful way.
It's not just about the art. It's not just about the design. It's not just about the UI. It'll be all the smart choices we made along the way that come together into something really awesome.